Vancouver voters make their voices heard and approve the school district's maintenance and operations levy. See the historic margin of victory. And the legacy of John Lennon cruises into Vancouver, how local students honored him with creativity. Plus, the sights, sounds, and moves of the district-wide dance festival. Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Chad Young. Vancouver voters speak loud and clear and overwhelmingly passed the district's maintenance and operations levy. With a whopping 71% of the vote, the replacement levy passed by the highest percentage since 1992. The levy is good for 3 years and makes up about 19% of the district's budget. It pays for things like teachers, maintenance, textbooks, and more. Vancouver voters have passed an M&O levy for more than 50 years. Thank you, Vancouver, for supporting local education. The leader of Vancouver Public Schools, Dr. Steve Webb, finished in the top 4 for the honor of National Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Webb was first selected as the state winner and then a finalist for the big prize. He sent out tweets from a ceremony in Arizona where the winner was named. It's like the Oscars for education and is the biggest honor a superintendent can get. You can see Dr. Webb here on stage with other finalists and again here in a selfie. In another tweet, Dr. Webb shows off the medals he received as part of the award. Congratulations, Dr. Webb. Everyone in the district is proud of you. And there's another honor for the superintendent and his chief of staff, Tom Hagley. Education Week, the nation's leading educational publication, named Dr. Webb and Hagley as Leaders to Learn From 2016. They're just 2 of 13 education professionals from across the nation to earn that honor. The VPS administrators were singled out for their role in developing family community resource centers, which put help in the hands of students and families. Another honor, this time for the district as a whole. VPS is one of 25 districts across the country commended by the White House for its work in computer science. President Obama announced a $4 billion plan to expand computer science across the country and held up VPS as an example for other districts. The district offers a number of coding, programming, and project-based classes at the middle and high school levels. Good news for students looking to go to college. Vancouver Public Schools is making it easier to take the SAT, the most commonly used college entrance exam. In the past, the SAT has been scheduled on a Saturday at a single location and has cost as much as $65 to take. And for students who face those barriers,
their ability to access four-year colleges and universities is limited. So we feel like this is a great step to boosting their confidence and their ability to feel like they're ready to approach a college for admission.
This special initiative is part of SAT School Day, which is set for Tuesday, April 12th. Students will take the test at their home school on a school day, and it won't cost them a penny. They'll also have access to study materials to prepare for the test. Students must sign up in advance to qualify and should contact their school counselor as soon as possible. A traveling music and video educational program rolls into Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. As our student reporter Megan Bina explains, it's a whirlwind day of artistic discovery for students.
From the outside, it just looks like a bus in a parking lot. But on the inside, the creative process is in full swing. The John Lennon Educational Tour Bus and its staff made a stop at the Vancouver School of Arts and Academics.
The directive is to make a song, so that's what we're doing right now.
So will it match if I'm going A minor, A? Well, let's play it.
Students work hard to create their very own song and music video.
This experience is great because it's kind of a once in a lifetime kind of thing. As students, we don't have access to all this equipment, and this bus is just amazing to experiment with.
But the students aren't the only ones having fun.
I think the best part about collaborating with students is that we get to see how much creativity they really can have, and it varies across all the schools that we go to. But it's really interesting to see the starting point and the ending point in one full day.
It's no surprise that these kids know who John Lennon is.
My dad is a huge Beatles fan. He's quite the important figure in American history and music history.
This is an experience students will never forget.
It's cool that his followers and people who really appreciate him made something like this, so young people like us can come and play and make music and do it and carry on the legacy that he created.
It's important for them to learn creativity just in general, because being a creative person in life can only improve on someone's life.
Inside Vancouver Public Schools, I'm Megan Bina.
Thanks, Megan. Staff members on the bus will edit the students' video and post it to YouTube when it's done. To learn more about the bus and its mission, check out lennonbus.org. A VSAA student earns the chance to compete for the state title in poetry recital.
In the end, she just wanted the house.
Samaya Pelkey won the regional Poetry Out Loud competition held at ESD 112. She beat out students from 9 other high schools from our area. Contestants read famous poems and are then judged on accuracy, understanding, voice, and articulation. This is the second year in a row Samaya has won the regional competition.
It was really surprising because I didn't think they were going to pick me because I had already done it, and I felt really honored, and I found that it's something that I really enjoy, and I had a lot of fun with it this year.
Samaya shared the crown with a student from Ridgefield. The state competition is in March, and the winner of that moves on to the national finals held in Washington, D.C. VSAA is the center of arts education in the district, so it's a natural that it would host the 19th annual VPS Dance Festival. Elementary and middle school students sent teams of young dancers to perform at the beautiful Royal Durst Theatre. Videographer Ian Southworth captured the event and all of its toe-tapping glory.
It was a little bit scary at first, but then you know that you're comfortable.
You kind of get a little bit nervous because there's like a lot of people sitting up, but
very nervous. My favorite thing about dancing is that you can speak your mind, and yeah, there really is no limit to doing it, and you can just do whatever you want up on the stage.
So energetic and fun, and you can express yourself.
I like how it's sometimes flowy and sometimes really powerful.
The dancers performed in a matinee for students at VSAA and their parents, and then in a public performance in the evening. King Elementary School will be experimenting in early childhood education thanks to a grant. This spring, about 20 children will participate in the King Early Explorers pilot program. It's an evening preschool and is being developed by VPS staff. The program received a $2,000 micro grant from the School Superintendents Association and the National Joint Powers Alliance Helping Kids program. In addition to instruction for kids, parents will get activity packets to complete with their students. As long as they're full of kids, there are always going to be behavior issues in schools. So what's the best way to deal with them? Vancouver Public Schools uses an approach called safe and supportive learning environments. Rather than being punishment-based, it's all about encouraging positive behavior. That isn't to say students don't face consequences for their actions, but they also learn how to avoid the kind of problems that got them in trouble in the first place. A great example of this idea in action is a restorative circle. We had a chance to go down to Hudson's Bay High School to see one in person and to speak to students who tried it out. Hudson's Bay High School students Raymond and Kazia got in an argument, and things got heated. Facing possible suspension, they agreed instead to talk about their problem in what's called a restorative circle.
It's dealing with negative behaviors or problem behaviors that kids have and dealing with them in a positive way.
Basically, they had to sit down and calmly hash things out.
I was a little skeptical about it, but it became like easier as more we talked about it.
It is a real safe environment. They sit down with an administrator, sometimes two, and have the opportunity to answer those questions and be heard in a setting where they're not going to be talked over, they're not going to be interrupted.
Like with my situation, I saw like how I really made her feel and how like angry and frustrated she was.
It's good to hear what other people have to say and give them a chance to tell you how they feel and not just always like assume.
By using communication instead of anger, they avoided serious punishment and, more importantly, resolved their disagreement.
And I'm like glad that it was like that I did that instead of getting suspended, because like it really helped like me to like learn not to just get mad all the time and just kind of sit down and work my problems out.
It's a lot more positive than just suspending you or expelling you, because you really understand what you did wrong and what you did right and how you can react next time, and the future plans, how you can deal with certain things. So I think it really helps.
Thanks to both Kazia and Raymond for talking to us so honestly. It takes a lot of courage to admit you made a mistake. If you want to learn more about safe and supportive learning environments, head to the website on your screen. That's vansd.org/safe supportive schools. Finally, students at Hardney Elementary School learn all about another culture and cuisine as they celebrate Chinese New Year. Students watched a video about the history of the holiday and one of the most important in Chinese culture. The food is front and center in the Chinese New Year, so the team from Panda Express brought in dozens of containers of noodles for Harney second graders. For many students, it was their first time using chopsticks. The noodles were just part of the school's annual celebration. They also perform a traditional song and dance for parents and their classmates. Gung Hei Fat Choi. That's about it for us. You can check out a whole library of news from Vancouver Public Schools on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/vansdtv. Until next time, I'm Chad Young.